welcome back to my channel. So I've been getting some questions about my blonde hair lately, so I figured I would just share with you what I did because a lot of people want to know how I got my hair from so dark to this blonde color. And I did do it at home completely on my own, and I did it in a way which I think is a little bit less damaging and kind of healthier than some of the other tutorials that I see online. Now before I get into the steps of what I did, I guess I should tell you what products you're going to need. And keep in mind that the amount of each product you're going to need might vary from me depending on your hair length and your hair thickness. So what you're going to need is at least 2 boxes of L'Oreal Hicolor Highlights in the color Ash Blonde. Basically all that is a high lift color. So if you can't get that exact brand, that's totally fine. You just want a blonde high lift color. You're also going to need a color remover. The one that I used was the myHD color remover. Again, any other brand will work just as well. You're also going to need a lot of 30 volume developer. So I recommend getting one of like those large size bottles. Then you're also going to need at least 1 or 2 packets of a powder lightener, which is essentially, you know, your bleach. And then lastly, you're just going to need a box of any blonde hair color of your choice. You can either go with a blonde hair color or a hair toner, whatever your preference is. So moving on to what I actually did to lighten my hair. Now let me just say, first of all, because I know people are going to ask, yes, my hair was dyed black. That was not my natural hair color. I was not starting out with virgin hair. I had multiple layers of color in my hair. So the way I got it from black to this basically was 3 pretty easy steps. So when I'm explaining everything, I'm going to break it down that way. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So step 1, what I did was I took my box of color remover. Like I said, my hair had many layers of color built up in it. So I knew that it would be a lot easier to lift it if I took some of that color out. So I used the color remover. And then the next day, I took my first box of L'Oreal Hicolor Highlights and I mixed that with a 30 volume developer. You could just follow the directions inside the box. And this is the hair color that I ended up with. It was just sort of a medium chestnut brown. Now moving on to step 2. 1 month later, I took my second box of L'Oreal Hicolor Highlights, again mix it with 30 volume developer, and I did the exact same thing. Then I ended up with this color. It was definitely more of a light brown color. Then moving on to step 3, about a month later I decided that I wanted to actually be blonde. So that's when I took my Lightening Powder. Again, I mixed it with 30 volume developer. You want kind of a conditioner-like consistency. And I put that on my hair. I recommend that you just keep checking on it every 5 or 10 minutes. I think in total I only had to leave it on my hair for 20 minutes and that was plenty of time. What I was left with was pretty much blonde, but it was definitely brassy. So this is where you want to go in with either your toner or your blonde hair color. I think the color I used was called Light Golden Blonde. And that was literally it. That's how I ended up with this hair color. I get some questions here and there like, oh, did you do something different to your hair? It looks lighter. I have not. The only thing that I've been doing is using like purple shampoos and blue conditioners and stuff like that just to kind of tone it and keep it from getting too brassy. But that was it. Like I said, it was literally 3 easy steps. Now, my process spanned over a 3-month period, but like I said, it's because I wasn't planning on going blonde in the beginning. You can definitely shorten that if you want to. I would recommend not doing it any quicker than 3 weeks, like at least put a week in between each step. And then between each step, I would use a lot of deep conditioners and repair treatments so that your hair has some time to recover in between. But I know I see a lot of tutorials out there where people immediately put bleach on their hair, which is okay, I guess, but number 1, you're gonna be stuck with that really awkward, ugly orange phase in between each bleaching process, which is so annoying and gross. The way I did it, I just had light brown hair in between, and you know, I was able to leave it like that. I liked it. It was a nice color. And also by using high lift color rather than immediately jumping to the bleach, it was a little bit gentler on my hair. Some people will argue that there is bleach in the high lift color and yada yada. But from my own personal experience, the amount of damage that I get from the high lift color is only a fraction of what I get from Bleach. Yeah, that's everything I did. It was really simple, like I said. Just keep in mind, I'm not a hair professional, number one. Also, everyone's hair type is different, so what worked for me might work a little differently for you, especially if you are starting out with virgin hair, then obviously you're gonna have to tweak things a little bit. I will have tons of information down below in the description bar on how you can tweak things, like if you do have virgin hair and all that kind of stuff. If you have any other questions, please check the description bar, number one. Like I said, I will have lots of stuff down there. But if you still can't find what you're looking for, then feel free to leave a comment and I will get back to you. So yeah, I hope that you guys found this helpful and I will see you in my next video. Bye!